Hi, I'm Freddie, Head of Education and Engagement at Apps for Good, and I'm going to be telling you a little bit more about our annual awards and how you can help us shortlist our student entries. The Apps for Good Awards is our competition where we aim to find and celebrate our best student apps, machine learning models, and IoT products. Students have the chance to be celebrated by Apps for Good and our corporate partners, as well as take part in engagement and win prizes. But we need industry professionals like you to help us find the most innovative, unique, and creative product ideas from around the world. This year, due to the COVID-19 crisis, we're doing things a little bit differently. We're continuing to celebrate the success and hard work of our students. However, as we're not able to run our annual awards in the normal format, not only student teams, but this year individual students as well from around the world who have taken part in an Apps for Good course are being invited to submit their problem-solving products for the chance to be named category winners. From this shortlisting process that you'll be part of, we will then be selecting 15 finalist teams who will pitch remotely to industry dragons who will then choose the winners. Thank you so much for offering your time to shortlist. You're helping us grow a generation of young people who are problem solving through technology and becoming digital makers to change their world for good. So, how does it work? You can sign up to shortlist by emailing experts@appsforgood.org with your name or by contacting your shortlisting lead. You will then receive a unique link which will take you to our custom-made shortlisting platform. Here you will be able to review the products, score them, and leave a comment. Before we go through an example entry, here are some key things to think about when reviewing a product. How unique or innovative is the product idea, and how well does the solution address the problem? Have the students thought about their user, and do the features and prototype bring their idea to life? How well presented and clear is the overall project? Don't be won over by a slick presentation. Make sure to think about whether the ideas are unique, innovative, and solving a real-world problem. Beware the cute factor. You might be tempted to give a high score to an entry because of a particularly charming or enthusiastic presentation, but make sure to stick to the judging criteria. And finally, as we're keen to give feedback to the students about how they can improve their products, make sure your written comments are constructive and helpful for the teams. I'm now going to talk through an entry in more detail. When you click through to review the apps, you will see each app in this format. Today we're going to have a look at the Personal Assistant for Dementia or PAD app, but the format of all the entries will be very similar. This is a mobile app project, but you will also see machine learning and IoT products displayed in the same way. The first thing you'll see is a video, followed by target user, problem, solution, features, and then finally a link to view the prototype. The first thing to remember with the video is that for students working from home, the creation of the video may have been challenging and members of the team may not have been able to take part. The quality will vary between apps. The other thing to remember is however well produced and entertaining the video may be, make sure to also think about whether it showcases the problem and solution. We will take a look at the PAD video now.
PAD by Catherine James. Dementia is a progressive clinical condition characterized by deterioration in intellectual function, behavior, and personality. Here's my mobile pad, which I hope will help people with early stage dementia to maintain their independence for the longest time possible. The pad will also enhance the quality of their life and enable them to avoid some of the huge care costs that are associated with dementia. Here are the screens of the pad. The home screen, Today button, My Day, Contacts button, Medication button, Meals, Exercise, Maps, Groceries, My Wish List, Find My Belongings, Lost for Words, My Memories, My Music, My Relaxation, My Brain, My Photos, Home Safety,
Next up on the entry is the target user. Here, a particular user or market should be identified. The team here have identified patients with early stage dementia. A good entry should show that the product has been specifically designed with the user in mind and that they understand the user needs. So bear that in mind as we go through the rest of the app. The next section are problem and solution. There are two key things to think about here. Is the problem well defined and researched? Is the solution innovative and developed? 5-star entries should go into detail about that, how their solution solves the problem they have addressed. This, along with the video, will also be where students will go into more detail on how their app will address the problem. So look out for sparks of creativity and ask yourself, how well is the solution addressing the problem? Here, the team have identified the problem as being dementia. They've done some research into who it affects and the age group. The team's solution does address the problem, although it is not hugely detailed. Features. This is where students can go into more detail on how their product will actually work and highlight 2 to 3 key features. Students should be highlighting the most useful and technically feasible features. Always make sure to bear in mind, are the features thoughtful and user-centered? Are they suitable for the chosen technology and technically feasible? Here, the team have identified some key features, saying that the app assists memory, medication, administration, healthy eating, active living, relaxation, and brain training. It does cover the features, but doesn't go into a huge amount of detail of how they work and why they've chosen them. Now we're going to view the prototype. If we take a look at the team's prototype, you can see they have created click-through wireframes showcasing the different features of the app. It's very detailed and there are multiple screens that they have designed. As a shortlister, you can see how the app will work and how the user will access the different features. We would recommend you spending at least 10 minutes reviewing the app and the prototype before scoring. However, as this is an example, we're now going to rate the student entry. Underneath the View the Prototype link, you will see 4 boxes where you can rate the overall idea, rate the product, rate the overall project, and leave comments before submitting your rating. If we look at how well the solution addresses the problem, we can see the team have clearly thought about the problem in detail and have developed multiple solutions which they have showcased. However, the app has so many different solutions and so many features that it may not be totally suitable for people with dementia who would need a simple app with a clearer purpose. We help you by providing some hints on what you should be thinking about for each star. I'm going to score this a 3. There is a feasible solution addressing a defined and researched problem. Right, rate the product. They have worked extremely hard on creating a thorough, well-designed and detailed prototype, which is usable and clear. However, when you hover over the 4th star, for this to be awarded, they need to have created user-centered features. And I think this is where they could do some more work. Although they have got lots of fantastic features, my worry is they have not thought about the user when developing these. I'm going to give this 3 stars. And finally, we get to rating the overall project. At this point, you should think about the entry as a whole and judge it on how well the students have showcased, articulated, and illustrated the problem, solution, and product. I think they've worked extremely hard. They have done some research on dementia patients and people who suffer from dementia, as well as some possible solutions. It is a well-presented project with good clarity, so I'm going to give this 4 stars. We now come to the comments section. This is your chance to provide some constructive feedback to the students. Feel free to let them know what elements of their product you liked and what could be improved. Think back to why you scored each element the way you did and how the problem and solution could be developed or simplified, or how their prototype or user could be better defined. In this section, I would explain that although it's a brilliant idea and they have worked hard on creating a workable and well-presented solution, they should think more about the user and maybe simplify their idea, focusing on 1 to 2 features. Once I've done this, I would be ready to submit my rating. Once you submit a rating, another app will appear on your screen for you to review. Finally, thanks again for all your help, and please find more information on shortlisting and the awards, including key dates, in our shortlisting pack. If you have any other questions or need anything else, feel free to email experts@appsforgood.org or ask your shortlisting lead. Hope you have fun. Thank you.